Thank you for joining us for our devotion today. Hope you can join us this weekend for worship. We have worship on Saturday at 5:30, and then Sundays at 8 and 10:30 a.m. We'd love to have you join us for that. Also, we've got our Facebook stream at 8 a.m. on Sundays, so we'd love to have you join us for that as well. This season, we find ourselves in the middle of Advent, and it's an interesting contrast, isn't it? Because outside, it is busy. People are shopping, people are active. Even in today's COVID environment, I think a lot of people are making the plans they can for the holidays. But in here, and in churches like St. Matthew, it's very different. You see, the season of Advent isn't a season of busyness. It's a season of quiet, a season of waiting. You see, God, He wants to get our attention. He's not trying to get us to spend and buy. He's not trying to entertain us. He wants our attention so we listen to the voice. We read about that voice in Mark chapter 1. The beginning of the good news about Jesus the Messiah, the Son of God. As it's written in Isaiah the prophet, I will send my messenger ahead of you who will prepare your way. A voice of one calling in the wilderness, prepare the way for the Lord, make straight paths for him. You know, one of the devil's greatest tricks is to simply drown out that voice. Because he can't do anything against the power of God's word to save. But if he can get us too busy, if he can put too much in our life, he can so quickly replace that voice with something else. You know, maybe that was the advantage of where John the Baptist carried out his ministry. Because he wasn't in Jerusalem. He wasn't in the temple courts. He was way out in the wilderness. And in order for people to hear him, they had to leave it all behind. They had to leave behind their businesses, their family, their friends, all the busyness of life. They had to go out to the wilderness, and they had to hear what this guy had to say. You see what God did? He shut it all out, turned it all off, so they would listen. We need to take time to listen. We need to take time to hear what God says to us in His Word, and that means turning off our phones. It means putting aside our busyness, and it means stopping and hearing what God has to say for us. You know, the world is going to be busy. It's going to go a mile a minute, and this time of year is full of all kinds of excitement, and a lot of that is fun, and a lot of that is enjoyable. But make sure you take time during the days of Advent to listen to that voice, the amazing power of God's Word to prepare us for the day that He comes back for us. I hope you can join us this weekend as we listen to that voice and we have an opportunity to hear what our God has to say to us, a God who comes to His people. Thank you for joining us, and hope you can join us for worship this weekend. Goodbye.